Hey everyone, welcome. I'm going to do a quick tutorial here on how to set the ride heights to the Williams Formula One car. It's a little bit trickier than the average car. It has heave springs as well as torsion bars, both of which can be adjusted the ride height on. So I'll kind of give you a quick tutorial on how I go about resetting those. I've loaded up the high downforce setup from iRacing for this build, and their fixed setups always come with race fuel in them, so I like to play around on a track with a little less fuel, so it's always fun I always start out taking out a bunch of fuel and resetting the ride height. So here you can see the ride height on the front is at 0.990. On the rear it's 2.251 inches. So as we take fuel out, it's going to lift up, and so we want to get that back down to where it is so that the balance is the same. Center of gravity stays the same. So if we go ahead and lower this down, you can see that those numbers are increasing. We'll go down to 50 pounds here. The rear is pretty easy. We have the heave perch offset. You increase the offset in order to decrease the ride height. So it's the opposite, but it's pretty straightforward. And there we are, right back to where we were, 2.251 inches. On the front, we're high, we're over an inch. Want to get back to 0.991 or around there. We start with the torsion bar offset. This is a little larger scale change. One of these clicks is a fairly big chunk of height. The other setting we have here to control this is the perch offset. These are smaller increments, but it affects the spring deflection. And the spring deflection has to be somewhere between 0 and 0.135 inches. If it's outside that range, it won't pass tech. So if we come here and we decrease down, we're pretty close actually to where we want to be, just with that change. The spring deflection is a little higher. We can actually come down here, and now we are at 0.990. If I didn't do that, and I tried to get there with this, you can see it just goes too far. It jumps too far past where we want to go, so we have to undo that change. We're a little bit high. So you can drop it back down. I actually like to run right on the edge, right on the minimum. If we go any more, it's illegal. Bump it back up. Now we have the maximum amount of downforce at the front of the car. So there you got it. Big adjustment with the torsion bar offset. Get it about where you want it. Use the heave perch offset to fine tune as long as it stays within this range. If you can't keep this in the range, then you'll have to counter it with the torsion bar offset and then adjust again on the heave. Let's give a quick example of that. If I were to drop this, apply, you can see here I could increase it that way, or I can try to increase it this way. I just barely made it. So kind of gives you an example. We're right on the edge here. I guess that's legal. One more, we won't be legal. So we're just barely legal on the spring deflection. We're right at the minimum ride height. So it'll actually pass tech. I think good to go. However, I wouldn't normally run with lower fuel with that much spring deflection. I would come up and then bring it back down with this, because I know that we can get there and get right pretty close to minimum spring deflection. Alright, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Hope that was helpful. Have fun and good luck.